I don't know Arrive Alive, the type of vehicle this is. Oh, you a sergeant too. How you doing, Sarge?
I'm alright. How are you?
You alright?
I can sir.
I'm not bothering you, am I?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay, you have this. Your body language is important. Your body language isn't very welcoming right now. So I don't know if it's because of me or maybe you just had a bad day.
I'm gonna have a bad day.
I'm just making sure because if someone walked up to me being polite, I would either say, "Hey, I'm busy," or I would be polite back in body language and
What's your
demeanor.
question?
What's your name and badge number? So Officer Kim is very polite. He's a sergeant too, and he says this gentleman outranks him. What's his rank? He's a lieutenant. He's an LT. So I mean, I'm gonna intentionally speak a little louder so the lieutenant will see that I'm politely waiting for a moment of his time, and hopefully he will represent law enforcement the way that Sergeant Kemp did. LT, did you hear me? When you get a second, I'd like to speak to you.
In reference?
In reference to speaking to you as a taxpaying citizen, sir. Is that a problem? Trailhand Bill. Let me get his camera stable. I'm walking like I ain't recording. Reporting live from Miami, Florida. My homie told me it's over with now, but they got Formula One down here, and so everybody leaving. I'm pretty sure it's Formula One. It's one of those big racing events, man. I don't really do sports at all, and especially racing, even if I did. I'm also not a drinker, guys, but as you can see, they're lit out here. Somebody gave me a Coke 45. How could I say no? This gentleman was very kind, but hey, man, we were over in this area the other night trying to do some cop watching, and we kind of got detoured. So you would not believe how much this area is swarming with police. And I didn't know they were leaving earlier, so it's probably not going to be as many out now. But if you're watching, then stay tuned. Guess I spoke that into existence. Trailhand Bill. I wasn't looking for no trouble, y'all, I promise you. But I acted an ass, and we're going to talk about it, man. Let's see what happened first, though. I'm going to show you guys what I have in my hand in just a second. Today, I told you guys one of my signatures is I ask cops if they know their mission statement in whatever locality I'm in. And so today, I did go and make these. Let me slow down so I can show you. I'll get off the side. Let me get to the side. People are walking. So I made these today, guys, if you can see it. This one is for Miami Gardens. The Miami Gardens Police Department is committed to forging a safer city through positive transparency, inclusion, and cooperation with... Hold on one second, mama. 1 second.
Call me over.
We serve. We are committed. I'm going to do it. You don't have to pay me. Whatever. We are committed to providing ethical... Oh, I wasn't going to do it. I'm live. I'm tripping. Anyway, y'all see it. She just interrupted me and threw me off. But I made these, so when I ask officers and me, well, we may do some of it here tonight. I don't know what the hell that lady was trying. But yeah, I'm gonna present them with these when I ask them, do you know your mission statement? Because this should guide how they interact with the public. And a lot of times we would see their behavior not lining up with this at all. And so it just gives me an opportunity to ask them why, since this is supposed to be a huge precedent for how they behave, professionally and otherwise. Because you got to remember, even when cops are off duty, they get to behave and have the authority that they always have. So therefore, their behavior and professionalism should also meet that standard. But yeah, I got them. We're going to see what's going on. Because I asked them without it. So I'm going to tell y'all a story about where we're at right now at this intersection. Probably about 2 years ago, I was riding through here, and they were having one of these things, and I was new to Miami. And I was just trying to turn because I was going to my people's house over here. And one of these guys, that's him right there. Now, how does God work? I promise you, that's him right there. And this is the intersection too. I'm not making any of this up. So on the other side of the road, I was coming that way, trying to turn this way and go back from where I came from. And that guy was telling me, man, you can't turn, which I don't have a problem with. But I guess he thought I knew that and I was trying to do it anyway and I wasn't. So he was coming at me like that. And I gave him the business, man. And I had no idea that almost a year or 2 years later, whenever that happened, I would see him again out here today. And I did earlier, and I made sure I pulled over right there, and I stopped and I apologized to him. And I told him, I said, we're not supposed to talk to each other like that. And even though you were in the wrong, I told him this respectfully. I said, I still didn't have to respond how I did. So, you know, I did. There's a cop barking directives. Look at him, barking directives. But yeah, that's the gentleman right there in the yellow, man. I apologize to him today. He thanked me for it. And that's how that went. Walk a little bit further, guys. Sorry, bro. I try to be cordial and polite to everybody, number one, because that's how I was raised. Well, number one, because I'm a Christian. Number two, that's how I was raised. And number three, I'm not bulletproof. And like I say, man, if you give me bad energy, I'm probably going to match it. And anybody can do something to anybody. Somebody can do something to me. I can do something to somebody. So to prevent all of that, I just kind of maintain my space. And right here, we got another highway patrol, Florida Highway Patrol. He is directing traffic. Let's watch our public servants at work and see how they do. We got actually 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at this stop, and they're directing traffic. So this gentleman has a very important job, because if he doesn't pay attention, he could get hit in traffic, and he also has to make sure other people don't get hit in traffic. So the Highway Patrol out here in Miami at Florida 1 doing a very important job, and you got 3 more over there. The short one is watching me, but I don't know if he's watching because he has more audacity than he think he should, because I'm watching him and making sure he sees now, or if he's watching just to see what's going on. The short one with his arms folded. So you fold your arms, that's bad body language, sir. So now my body language is up. You're a public servant, boy. I'm out here minding my business. Don't start with me. All right, there you go. Now, like I said, back to this gentleman right here, who's doing a very important job for the state of Florida and city of Miami-Dade right now. County of Miami-Dade right now, city of Miami. Highway Patrol. He's busy and you know, he needs to remain safe, so I will not ask him his name and his badge number. If I felt like it, I would go over there and ask that gentleman, but it's too much going on right now, so I'm gonna let him live. But sir, you do not intimidate a damn thing. I promise you. What's up, big guy? Chilling. Here's one of their cars right here. I am going to launch an investigation into police, state trooper. What protocol allows them to leave their cars running? I was cop watching at Home Depot the other day, and I was trying to tell y'all the story because 4 cop cars were out there, and all of them were running. And I was about to tell y'all this story that I'll tell you now when 2 officers came up and we talked, so I never got back to the story. But other than that, so I don't know what these officers are doing. You got 2 officers, and I don't think this is an undercover. But yeah, other than that, I'll finish that story later. So these officers are helping this lady. It looks like they're engaged in something pretty casual, so I have to be worried about it. But I don't know, Arrive Alive, what type of vehicle this is. I don't know if this is undercover or what. Oh no, okay, so this is their vehicle right here, and that might be a personal vehicle right there. So this is I'm pretty sure, but this isn't state patrol though. Oh yeah, highway patrol, and then here's the vehicle. So I'm gonna ask these highway patrolmen about this other, their buddy, who I seen riding the other day without a light out very casually down our streets. We're gonna see this corner, then I'm gonna come back and see if I can get a moment at that time. And see, that's why I slipped. So now I know I have to research the Florida Highway Patrol's mission statement. So I can ask them. Right now I can't ask them. I mean, I could, but I don't even know it. I will ask them, but I don't even know it. So, but I don't think this lady they're having a very casual conversation with requires both of their attention. So I'm gonna, once again, make my presence known and see if one of them politely asks if I need anything. Because I do. This is my second time coming back. I'm not just filming to be filming. But since I don't know the context of that conversation, I'll wait very politely. It's very humid out here. Okay, she's leaving. Oh, she is a state trooper. It says on the back, well, she got state trooper on the back of her shirt. I don't know if she's an officer. What's going on, big guy? I was gonna ask you, I was riding the other day and I seen one of your counterparts. He was riding. Oh, you a sergeant too. How you doing, Sarge?
I'm alright. How are you?
You alright?
I can sir.
I'm not bothering you, am I?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay, you have this. Your body language is important. And your body language isn't very welcoming right now. So I don't know if it's because of me or maybe you just had a bad day.
I'm gonna have some bad day.
I'm just making sure because if someone walked up to me being polite, I would either say, "Hey, I'm busy," or I would be polite back in body language and
What's your
demeanor.
question?
What's your name and badge number?
My name is Sergeant Kemp.
Sergeant
Badge
Kemp.
number 2833.
How you Kemp Kemp, and badge number
It's 2833.
2833. Oh, okay. I was riding the other day and I seen one of your counterparts, man. He had his light out, and I know that is definitely something. I'm not trying to be picky, but I want to inquire. That's definitely something we would get pulled over for, it either warrant or ticketed about. So, any ideas what would be up with that when y'all like what is the process? I know it's on public information, I can look it up, but you guys are here to serve, so I'm asking, what is the process when you guys have vehicle maintenance issues? You need to get that. You just ride around in them, or are you supposed to turn them
We do
in?
vehicle maintenance monthly, but sometimes with a headlight out, you might not notice right away.
Of course,
One
of
us
course.
notice,
Yeah, of
let us
course.
know to get it taken care of.
Yeah, of course. I consider that too. I said he might not even notice it, or he or she, because I didn't see who was driving the car. But yeah, when y'all have vehicle maintenance, especially if they're traffic violations, what is the process there? That's what I'm asking. As soon as you notice it,
As soon as you notice it, you get it repaired.
yeah, you get it repaired. Okay. Officer Kim, how long you been with the Highway Patrol?
15 years.
15 years. How long you been with law enforcement?
15 years.
15 years. You ran into any polices before? That's what I'm doing. Yeah. You ran into any of us before?
No, sir.
So how did you get into it, if you don't mind me asking? Law enforcement. Right out of school?
Right out of high school.
Family, or just a personal choice?
No, mentor.
Yeah. So what do you think about when you engage with the community? I always ask officers this: are you treating the community kind, and are they treating you kind?
Yes, and yes. I've never had an issue with any community.
Never
I've
have.
never had an issue with
Never had an issue with you. All right. So I think we cut through the drive. No matter how you feel about me in this brief moment, you know I ain't full of shit, so I ain't trying to just try you. So now, can we talk about that? Did I approach wrong or something? Because maybe it wasn't me, but the body language was kind of off.
Well, the body language is probably a little off because your face is.
The man?
Yeah. That's gonna make your ears perk up.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't mind. I tell people all the time with this right here, if I was somewhere and somebody walked in like this, I'm not gonna watch you disrespectfully. I was raised right, but I'm definitely gonna observe you to make sure. So it's only reasonable. I don't mind when people do that. Yeah, of course. But once again, we look to you guys, man, and we look to you a lot. And a lot of us don't even like y'all. You know that. I'm gonna have to tell you that. As an institution, I don't mean personally. So obviously it is on you guys, unless we're doing something disrespectful or criminal, like no matter what you may assume, I think you would realize, you would tell your kids, like, be polite and be kind unless you have a reason not to be.
Yeah.
No matter what you may assume or what a person looks like or what they're wearing, be polite and be kind, right? And that goes a long way, bro. I'm telling you, I got people watching right now, and like I say, they're gonna appreciate this conversation. I'm never trying to antagonize, but the government, including police, they need to be police too, because a lot of officers and government agents think that they have this ultimate authority and control, and we realize that there are boundaries that we all have to abide in. So, and we like to see when our government agents do that. We don't like to see when we're just trying to have a cordial conversation. And I'm not harping on you, because you got a fair reason, but you understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
I like to highlight good cops and bad cops. I'm gonna deal with them like you would deal with a criminal.
Okay.
It's only fair, right? And what about you, sir? Keep talking like that's why I waited. You say I came, I waited, then I walked by, and then I came back politely. I'm not trying to be no butthole, man. I was raised right, but I could be a butthole too if somebody's a butthole to me. So I like to profile cops, man. Y'all be cool. For some reason, y'all be on edge when y'all see us, though, man. Like we here to hurt y'all or something. Like some citizens feel about y'all, and y'all be having these same conversations with citizens. Like, yo, we not here to do nothing. And that's how some of us feel. Like, yo, bro, we not here to do nothing. This is my job. Like, that's your job. You know what I mean? As long as police and government aren't doing anything wrong, we should be able to be cordial and respectful to each other.
Absolutely.
100% of the time. This your partner? I'm about to. I ain't gonna bother him. We engaged in that conversation.
He's from Monroe. He's a lieutenant.
Monroe?
Yeah.
Where is that?
The Keys.
That's in Florida.
Yeah. It's south of Miami-Dade.
I'm a Georgia boy. We got a Monroe.
Okay.
So when you say that, my mind automatically.
Now he's way south.
He knew.
Huh?
He knew.
No. He outranks me. So, but he just doesn't come up here in this area.
Where's the stripes?
Not really sure.
Oh, okay. All right, you looking at something? Oh, you got your buddy. It's a highway patrol too. How you doing, big dog? He got it. Like this, the one to slam everybody. All right. All right, bro. So he outranged you, but he's just so he came over here to help for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All these guys.
Bro, on average, and if you don't know, hey man, you just said, how many law enforcement officers are deployed for something like this?
I do not know because this year was different from last year.
Meaning?
The amount of people, the volume. So there's more officers this year than there were last year.
Meaning probably more people.
There's a lot more people attending the event.
And you got every agency out here, huh?
A lot of surrounding agencies, county, a lot of them out there.
Officer Kemp, I ain't know how it was gonna go in the beginning. You good?
Good.
All right. And you probably didn't either, man, but I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I hope, number one, and I say this very respectfully, like, rethink, you know what I mean, the original body language, because that could have been a huge barrier. I would say the same thing to me if I would have done that. I would hope somebody would. But other than that, bro, I enjoy this exchange. I think the people who are watching it are gonna enjoy it, man, and I hope you're like this all the time, because this is the kind of copping and policing we need, man. The other stuff is what creates that divide, and it ends bad for everybody, man. People getting falsely arrested, citizens getting beat, murdered, cops getting beat, murdered out there. North Carolina, that's horrible. So we need people like you, bro. I appreciate the time. You've been patient, you've been kind, man.
Thank you for the critique.
You've been patient, you've been kind, bro. And people are gonna say it. And what's your partner's name? Because he's talking and he don't want to talk to me. I think he think I'm being a jerk. I just want his name.
It's for him to give you.
Oh, because he outranked you.
Yeah.
I took up so much of your time, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna wait though, especially if he outranks you.
Like Full House, 80,000?
And I see she has a shirt on. She's a state trooper too. So Officer Kim is very polite. He's a sergeant too. And he says this gentleman outranks him. What's his rank? He's a lieutenant, he's an LT. So I mean, I'm gonna intentionally speak a little louder so the lieutenant will see that I'm politely waiting for a moment of his time. And hopefully he will represent law enforcement the way that Sergeant Kemp did. But I understand Sergeant Kemp's position. Even though he should be committed to public service more than he's committed to his partners, I understand his position is still a superior. We all have superiors at work. Excuse me, LT. When you get a second, sir. Yeah, he's very rude and disrespectful. This guy's an asshole. I said, excuse me, LT, when you get a second, and he didn't even acknowledge me. He looked at me and then looked away. These are the kind of tyrants that we need to address and have. So maybe me and him can have a respectful conversation. And like me and Sergeant Kemp did, and you know, this little wrinkle can be ironed out. Because obviously I'm pretty sure this isn't how, like I said, guys, I got to research the Highway Patrol's mission statement. I don't know theirs, but I'm pretty sure this is how their mission policies and everything suggest they behave to the citizens. LT, did you hear me? When you get a second, I'd like to speak to you.
In reference?
In reference to speaking to you as a taxpaying citizen, sir. Is that a problem?
All right, what would you like to know?
I would like to speak to you, that's what I said. I just answered that question. You asking the same question twice, so now, no, I said I would like to speak to you, not you and your peers.
I'm listening, go ahead.
I would like to speak to you. I think you know what that means. Okay.
I'm here to speak.
I would like to speak to you, but I'm not gonna repeat myself anymore.
Right.
This is what. What's your name and badge number, sir?
Narcisse, 2629.
Can you spell that? Narcisse? You got a card?
Yeah, I do have a card.
Can I get a card, please?
I don't have it with me, sir.
Or can you spell it then? Because your name is very different.
N-A-R-C-I-S-S-E.
I'm sorry.
N-A-R-C-I-S-S-E.
N-A-R-C-I-S-S-E. C-I-S-S-E. And your best number? Oh, you say y'all have
2691.
2691. Sir, I think you're
All right.
Have a great night. We're done. Good job.
I don't know who this guy is. I think he's a little cocky too. I don't know if that was professional. LT, your sergeant right here? He's gonna walk away. Sergeant Kemp, you be safe and have a good night, bro. And Lieutenant with the weird name, who's rude for no reason whatsoever, like he isn't a public servant. I didn't even come out here for this. You see how this conversation I had with this gentleman, even though he was rude to me initially. And this is what I'm saying, like when the ladies and the gentlemen were rude to me earlier, I didn't like this. I like it even less because this guy gets paid for our tax dollars and he thinks for some reason, number one, he's not, as far as his career goes, he's not professional enough to, you know what I mean, treat taxpaying citizens as he should. Oh, this is his vehicle. He also obviously wasn't raised right. This is his vehicle, guys. Probably his personal vehicle. He obviously wasn't raised right, so he just doesn't have general respect for human beings. And as a professor, he's a lieutenant too. This is why citizens get fed up, man, in unfortunate situations like what happened in North Carolina happen. People like him. Let's make sure we get his tag and we're gonna get out of here. State Trooper 0027. We have his name and his ID number because Sergeant Kemp said that they don't have ID numbers. Note that I tried to be very polite to this gentleman who was told me twice, so now I don't give a damn how he feel about nothing because there's nothing he can do because I refuse to break the law. So I think as men and as public servants, we should behave much better than this coward just did. And hopefully, you know what I mean, he will grow up. Because I don't think it's very important for him too. Coward Lieutenant with the Florida State Patrol. Coward Lieutenant with the Florida State Patrol. I'm gonna talk to you how y'all talk to us. Coward, run. He fleeing in a loon, that's what he doing. We got a state patrol officer, a lieutenant with the Florida Highway State Patrol fleeing in a loon with his coward. Earn the hate, that's all they do. That's why stuff like in North Carolina happen. I'm gonna show y'all what he mad. Well, I'll show you what he mad about. They mad that I talk to them like they talk to everybody else. Coward. Formula One, guys, live from South Florida. I had to check a see, I done got mad. Let me find out. I had to check a Florida Highway State Patrol lieutenant. That was crazy. After I had a very wonderful conversation. Watch these cowards. These cowards. That's what I tell y'all, man. I engage cops on an individual basis, but all of them are guilty until proven innocent. That was crazy, man. That was real crazy. Trailhand Bill. I got so many mixed emotions about this video, this audit that I did, man. This was a couple of weeks ago. A lot happened in that situation. It was an hour long, you know what I mean? I impressed myself, I embarrassed myself. And like I said, the live is up. I'll put the link in the description. If I remember it, I'll put it up in the right-hand corner right there, but it will be in the description, man. The one thing that stuck with me, man, even as I walked away that night, and even when I was editing the video, watching it back, and it was very difficult to watch this video for several reasons, I'm telling you, is I don't know what in the world made me step up in their circle like that, right? I don't know if you guys even caught it. When I disengaged, you know what I mean, the Sergeant Kemp, and then I started respectfully. I mean, I don't think I could have been more courteous except just to give it up and walk away, which was an option. I didn't want to, though. They're public servants, you know what I mean? I was desiring a minute of his time, no homo. But anyway, when he said, I think it was for like the second time, he was like, well, in reference to what? And my immediate response was, if you go back and watch it, I don't know if you caught it. If you caught it, you already seen it. I stepped to him, and what I did, that's just what happened. I stepped to him. I'm like, yo, bro, you heard what I said. And that's why I almost have to give myself a fail in this video, guys. Like that's one of the reasons it was so difficult to watch back. This was a horrible video. I think there are things to learn. Maybe I wouldn't be upset if someone said a lot if it wasn't me, but I don't like to be immodest. I don't like to be puffed up. But I think there are things to learn from this video. You know what I mean? I was extra polite. That's really who I am in real life. Even when they were rude to me, they worked. You know what I mean? They reverse that first encounter. But this video and this audit, to me, my honest opinion, it has that same feel of when the Patriots won every regular season game. They went undefeated in the regular season, and then they lost the Super Bowl. It was a lot of highlights in it, so to speak, but the end kind of soured it all. And And I guess that's where we'll begin, man. And then with the problems, and then that's probably where we'll end as well, because no matter what there is to learn from this video, I think that's the biggest lesson. There are certain situations that, you know what I mean, it's probably just best to avoid. So I always say one of my mottos is, because I watch auditors a lot, and a lot of people, not just auditing people, man, a lot of people are just puffed up and prideful, and they have a bullyish nature to them. Like, they like to try to bully people. And that's the thing that got me with these cops, I'll go ahead and tell you. But most people that I encounter, man, who are like that, they're not really ready to go where their energy and their spirit and their nature is directing. They're not. They're hoping that someone will buy the bluff, right? You know what I mean? But we used to have a saying, man, somebody might buy somebody might want to purchase some of them wolf tickets you selling. You see what I'm saying? And most of those people, when they run into the wolf ticket purchasers, that's when it goes crazy, because it's like they either play victim or they get totally scared and afraid, and like they don't know what's going on, and why are you being so mean and violent toward them? And it's like, nah, you asked for this. And so if I'm honest, I see people like that in all natures of life. There are even times in my life when I've been selling wolf tickets, you know what I mean? I can admit that. But like I said, there are wolf ticket purchasers out there. And for me, I always say, given that we aren't 13, 14, 15, 16 anymore, we're adults, man. None of us at our age should be out here selling wolf tickets. If you're talking like that, if you're giving that kind of energy, you should be ready to go there, right? And if you're not, then come on, man, we grown. Why you out there pump faking? But the irony in that, there's another level of it, man. And I think this is the level that I fit on a lot of the times. Even when you're ready to go there, you're actually ready to go there, it doesn't mean you probably still shouldn't. Some things just aren't worth, you shouldn't be putting your life in certain situations, man, whether you're ready to go there and whether you aren't ready to go there. And that is the highlight to me of this video. When I did it, this thought occurred to me, and when it was over with, like I said, I'm still thinking about it. So I just want to directly tell you guys, he upset me. It was more than 4 cops out there. If you watch the whole video and you even seen some of them, the area was flooded with cops. They're having I think it was the Formula One or whatever they call it, the huge big NASCAR event down here. Cops everywhere. And I'm really out there acting like I'm bulletproof, especially when he asked me like, yo, for the second time in reference to what. And I'll tell you where that comes from, man. I'm not just out there representing me or police and police. I'll be honest with you guys. The reason I tell you I'm emotional is because I've seen and experienced a lot in life. No victim. But I'm an emo, so like even when things happen to people far, far away from me that I never knew and never will know, it drains me, it affects me, because I just know how I would feel in that situation if it were me, and it burdens me, it hurts me that anybody has to go through that. Even though I know God is faithful, it's still, I feel that. You see what I'm saying? And so when I'm out there and I'm dealing with these police and these governments, it's a lot of names and situations, man, that I'm out there with and for, and that energy is flowing through me, personal and non-personal alike. So it really doesn't take that much at this point in my life to spark that. I'm surrounded by cops, but he's trying to play me like we grown, bro. At the end of the day, why you being super disrespectful right now? And you doing it because you think you think not enough people call your bluff. Let me slow down right here and say a few things, guys. I almost felt bad for this guy, and I still do, because I'm never out here just trying to agitate or destroy people. But this guy just became a lieutenant in September of last year. When I read that, researching this, I was like, oh man, I feel horrible. He's a rookie. He don't even know what the hell is going on. So 2 things I'll say about that. One, I really hope this Lieutenant Narcissist, it's funny how much your name almost, is reminiscent of another word. Not almost, but is reminiscent. But I just hope you learn something from this going forward, bro. I really do, and how to engage and interact. And I don't begrudge you. We all learn in life and make stupid mistakes to do that sometimes. But the other side of that is that you are a lieutenant. You don't make it to that rank without exhibiting certain behavior patterns. So you should know that your behavior that night was inappropriate and unacceptable. And I will give you my opinion. Like I said, I think this is why I said it at the end of the video. It occurred to me. At first I was like, yo, why are you acting like that? You know what I mean? He had to at least overhear some of the conversation, even if he only heard through just observing body language that I was having with his homeboy, and know that like it wasn't nothing crazy. The other 2 cops had walked up, and like one of them gave some like, yo, I'm here to check on him energy. That's why you heard me say, he asked him, if you okay? And you heard me say, are you okay? Like, what you mean is he okay? We out here talking, what the fuck is wrong? Y'all be on that extra, everybody's trying to kill us. And we out here talking, we grown ass men. Y'all ain't always got to be trying to protect each other, man, from the citizens you're supposed to be serving. But anyway, I think what occurred to him, couldn't have been more obvious to me. I think he's used to people bowing to him or you know, some sense of subservient energy given toward him. He wasn't. Not only am I out there masked up, guys, I'm not a fancy dude. I got a lot of material things. I'm an older guy now. They didn't matter to me then. They were all gifts. I got a lot of stuff, and I'm just not me, man. You know what I mean? Like, I like to be behind. You don't even got to know what's going on with me. That ain't what's going on. What's going on is the conversation we're having. Forget about me. We don't know each other like that for you to be, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out there, like, if anybody out here and all these people ain't got no business walking up to him, he the boss of the boss in the situation, saying, yo, let me holler at you real quick, I would be, you know, high on the list. But I'm standing right there. Like, yo, bro, you is no better than me. We equal right here. Yo, let me holler at you real quick. And then, like I say, in turn, you try and tell me like you don't know, like you talking to me like you don't understand what's going on. I'm a grown-ass man, bro. You're a grown-ass man. But that's why I'm saying all those emotions that me, myself, and if you're that type of person, you got to get them in check because in that moment, I'm not even thinking anymore. I'm just reacting. And I'm reacting to like not only you trying to play me, but all the people that I have watch y'all play. I'm talking about from verbally, you know what I mean, abusing and brutalizing to literally taking their lives, man, in front of their families, their fathers, their mothers, their sisters, their brothers. Y'all be out here doing crazy shit, bro. I'm kind of upset about all of that, no kinda. And I'm face to face with one of these people. You'll probably do something like that. Like I say, all y'all guilty until proven innocent to me. But I'm going to give you the chance to prove that you're innocent. And Officer Sergeant Kemp, he kind of did that. Now, you still on the suspect list because I let you off the hook with your ass talking about, you know, I can't give you his name. You powered down because that's so, you know, your superior. But you are supposed to be committed to your oath and the service that, you know, is attached to that. Than you are to job fear or homeboyism or what the hell ever goes on in those moments when most of you cops do stuff like that. But I don't think enough of you guys have had those wolf tickets you sell purchased. You know what I mean? It's kind of like some of us are sitting out here in the audience. We had an auction, a bidding war, and you throwing the price out there for your wolf tickets, and like everybody like, nah, that's out of my price range. And some of us are like, yo, you see me over here waving my hand, and it ain't tough, guys. It's just like they have in battle. You know, if I could use this terminology, every side has warriors, just like every side has every other, you know what I mean, base cover. But every side has warriors. I haven't really seen a lot of battles that was it's all cowards on either side. So you got people that's like have warrior spirits for whatever reason, whether they was born like that or whether life just shaped them like that. And it's like, yo, bro, I haven't seen enough people tell y'all, bro, that I'm going to treat bad cops the same way y'all treat criminals. You heard me say that to him, no tough stuff. Then I said, and man, that guy was having a very hospitable and cordial conversation when I said it, but I meant it the same way he could have no ill will in his heart when he put handcuffs on a criminal and take him to jail. That's just how American law goes, and that's the job he signed up to do. He's just doing his job. Y'all heard me tell him, this is my job. And my job is to let you know, bro, nobody's intimidated by you guys, but I took it too far, man. It's almost over with, because I'm going to speak a little bit about what I think is to learn, but that's the thing. Like, now, I've already said in this video, and I'm knowing it while I'm out there, I'm surrounded by who they present as their warriors. I think their warriors are cowards. And if you make me show you that I think, I'd rather let's have a cordial, you know what I mean, respectful conversation, even if we walk away disagreeing. But I mean, I really think their warriors are cowards. That's how I feel. I might be wrong. Their weakest cowards might take me out in my best moments, but it won't change the fact that at least right now, I think their warriors are cowards. And if you make me tell you that, I will. And I feel like he made me tell him that, but that was horrible for me because I'm acknowledging that this is one of their cowards. And we see what their cowards do. And then these other cowards out here surrounding him. So like that was no matter how I felt like that moment was going to go, I don't really feel like, I said in one video, I think when it's time for us to take it to extremes, we'll know. And I took it to a place that it could have been taken to extremes, that wasn't the moment for me to put myself in that situation. And even those men, if I'm going to be fair, because they have families and things behind them too, that may not be attached to their roguish and tyrant activities. So like, I just feel like when you push those buttons, man, it got to be worth it. And then that moment, you know, I really could have handled that situation a whole lot better than I did, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Some other moments in that video and that live too. Now I'll speak briefly about the, you know, the things that I do. I think they're worth noting. I'll say that. I was overly respectful and kind and gracious to the point where Officer Kemp gave me some horrible energy. And, you know, and because I didn't take that on the chest or to the, you know, I ain't take that personal. That's how sometimes you got to be willing. I hate to say it like this because I got tired of doing it. Sometimes you got to be willing to be the punching bag, right, to get to that place. and I don't have this figured out. I'm just saying what I'm trying to figure out, how I'm navigating it is, you gotta be very careful about who you do that with, because that saying goes, the givers have to stop because the takers won't. So there are certain people like Officer Kemp, like you see when I was, all right, man, cool, I'll take that lick, bro. I ain't gonna hit you back. You see how that shit, I think that's genuine who he was, and he had a right to feel a little, even though it was off kilter for him to display himself like that professionally and morally. He's human, so it's understandable. And then he owned up to it, and you seen what happened, man. And then this other dude, man. But I think one thing that is kind of notable is that, I do go out of my way to be respectful. And I think if more of us were like that, even when people aren't that way toward us, it would bridge a lot of the gaps that we have out here amongst each other with a government and citizen, family members, friends, et cetera, sometimes you just got to be willing to take a lick. You just have to be very, very wise, not selfish. Some people be like, I ain't never taken a lick, so that's me being wise. Now you being selfish. Sometimes you can take that lick and it can get you even what you want on the other side, because all I ever desire is to have a man-to-man conversation with these guys. That's why I don't bother people. You are not obligated to have a conversation with me, sir. You are out here because I'm paying you, and especially in this situation, extra money. So hell yeah, if you up there talking and politicking with your homeboys, leaning on cars and chilling, I need a moment of your time. I don't think that's asking too much. Matter of fact, I think it's more than reasonable. But I think, once again, the highlight of this video for me, guys, is you can't put yourself in those type of situations unless you're ready to go there. And even sometimes when you're ready to go there, you shouldn't put yourself in those type of situations, because that's just not that moment, man. That's my first audit of myself. I had to be honest about it. It's very hard watching this video. I was very disappointed. I have no better analogy than, like I say, when the New England Patriots went undefeated through the entire season. But then they lost the one that mattered most, man. A lot of highlights, but they ain't kind of side with it, guys. You know, chew the meat and spit out the bones. Live from South Florida. Y'all know who I am. That's what I tell y'all, man. I engage cops on an individual basis, but all of them are guilty until proven innocent. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe. Damn, did I make my point? I don't even think I made my point. But just in case I didn't make my point, I think just like I let my emotions get the best of me and jumped in the water, he let his Napoleon syndrome get the best of him and got caught jumping in the water. I like to highlight good cops and bad cops. I'm going to deal with them like you would deal with a criminal. Okay. It's only fair, right?